In this video, I'll be giving you a guide for the Havoc Demon Hunter, Shattered Destiny, and Glaive Tempest builds for both Mythic Plus and Raid. So, Havoc Demon Hunter right now basically has two or so build archetypes, and I'm saying archetypes because right now with the talent tree, it's not like a cut and dry build, right? There's some options within them, but one of those is going to be your Shattered Destiny builds, and these often also employ Glaive Tempest, as long as it's not, pure single target. So today, I'm going to give you guys a little bit more of a deeper guide to them than what I did in my Havoc Demon Hunter guide video. However, of course, check that out still. Lots of information in there that it's pertaining to a lot of things I see a lot of questions about, so watch that video if you haven't. But today, we are going to be talking about the Glaive Tempest / Shattered Destiny builds. So right here up on my screen is going to be kind of your single target-esque, like your pure ST raid build for this. Now ignore my class tree here. I'll give builds and links in the description that have like the proper class trees and all that. This is like M plus stuff. I just kind of swapped it. Of course, like in class tree, all that's important for damage and for raid is that you're grabbing your Willy Illidari, your Illidari Knowledge, Collective Anguish, and then both the Hunt and Unnatural Malice for your damage, as well as Spellblade, Rush of Chaos, and Demonic. But outside of that, you can really pick and choose what you want, so we're not really going to focus on that. On the right side here, though, I'm going to go a little bit into the talents, tell you guys why we're taking some of these things. So up here on the top, we're grabbing Improved Chaos Strike and Demonic Appetite for a few reasons. One, we use a lot more Chaos Strikes in this build. Chaos Strike is a much more important button. So we're generating a lot of souls. The souls heal us, they give us Fury. Likewise, Improved Chaos Strike just gives some good damage there. And then we get, pretty decent benefit from Critical Chaos, which in turn leads down into the middle tree here, which I'll skip for now, I'll come back to. But it all kind of leads into Shattered Destiny. So the duration of your active demon form is extended by 0.1 second for every 8 Fury spent. So basically what we're doing with this is we're spending as much Fury as possible within our Demonic or within meta, and really trying to extend that as long as we can. This is really helped out by a lot of haste as well. If you are playing Demonic, which you should be, this will give you 2 death sweeps inside every demonic window, as opposed to 1, which you can get outside of Shattered Destiny. This was a change. In Shadowlands, it was possible to always get 2 death sweeps. However, they made a few changes around, so you can only do it with Shattered Destiny to give that a little bit of a push. So that's important there. So really, you're trying to look to spend as much Fury as possible inside your windows. Cycle of Hatred helps with this, gives us more I-Beam, which means more windows. Stuff up here is just I-Beam buffs. All this is just I-Beam buffs. Same with Isolated Prey. And then the left side here, we're playing the Momentum package because it's just really good. If you don't want to play Momentum, you can drop out that for Glaive Tempest. However, I would recommend playing Tactical Retreat, UBC, and Initiative still, just because of the powerful burst window it sets up for with Essence Break. If you want a little bit of a tip on the Essence Break burst window, I'll do it later in the video, but I also have another video going over it. So here is really like the single target one. If you're going to do this in AOE or an M+, then you'll drop Isolated Prey, obviously. You could pick up something up here. Really, it's up to you. If there's like a few targets you need to hit, you could put it into Approved Fel Rush. If there's an immunity, you can put it in here. If there's a stun, you can put it in here. So this is your damage option, as long as it's not pure single target. This is your survivability. This is your stun. So, a few options there. We'll just put it here for now. And then we can come down here and grab Glaive Tempest. And this is kind of our M+ / Cleave build. In M+ or Cleave, you have the choice of dropping Momentum or Fodder of the Flame. They're both roughly the same damage. Personally, Momentum is like a more controlled damage option, while Fodder of the Flame is like a bit more random. However, Fodder offers defensive value with your demon. So personally, I lean towards Fodder a little bit more in some of those scenarios where I'm being dealt a lot of damage or I might die. But if it's really important to control your damage, and when you're doing a lot of damage with adds or stuff, you can go with Momentum. But that is a bit of a personal choice there. They're both fairly equal in terms of damage output. So just pick what you enjoy out of these two. Pick whichever one you think will get more value in the scenario for you. So from this point here, this is like our Cleave build. Of course, this point can go anywhere above the 3rd gate. So anything in the 2nd and 1st area, this point can fit into. Whatever you want, you could do that. A little bit of a tip, put this into Mortal Dance for Sanguine Weeks. So that's a little fun. Anyway, so this is Cleave, this is AoE. Glaive Tempest is a really powerful Cleave and AoE button in lower target counts. Just deals a lot of damage. It also affects our Cycle of Hatred because Blizzard is cool. And then, of course, Expending Fury extends Shattered Destiny. That's kind of just the overall builds. Really, nothing too complex here in the tree. A lot of the choices just kind of make sense with what we're going through. We go down through Inner Demon because Restless Hunter is bad. It's just not good. Inner Demon, though, is very good. And you end up coming down into Shattered Destiny anyways through there, so, it's a good pickup. So I will put this back into Isolated Prey for now, and we'll go with the pure single target build here, and I will get into the rotation. If you're still watching this point in the video, stop for a second. I'm going to ask to make sure that you're subscribed. A lot of my viewers are not subscribed, and I spend a lot of work on my content. So if you're watching this and you enjoy it, consider hitting the subscribe button. With that, though, we'll get on to the rotation of the video. Enjoy the rest of it. Alright, so we're here in Desire Lore, just a little bit to talk about the rotation and stuff to do about that, give you a little tips as well. I'm in Desire Lore because the one in Valdrac is a little busy, so we're here now. So we're going to do it without GT, and then I'll do a little bit with GT. So this is kind of the momentum one. I'll go through the opener here. So when you open, you want to start, if you have Greek Torch, with that, but I'll try and keep Dragons out of it. From there, you want to pre-pull with your Sigil Flame at around 2 seconds. Then you want Immolation Aura as you enter combat. Rush in, use the Hunt, and then right away you want to make sure you have enough Fury to use I-Beam. We do here, so I'm going to hit it with an I-Beam. Right away I'm going to use Annihilation, then I'm going to backflip, Essence Break, Death Sweep, meta, Death Sweep again, and then use Annihilation before using I-Beam again. And that moment there, my momentum dropped because I was going a little slow to talk to you guys out about it, but your momentum should be up that whole time during your opener. If it's not, then you want to make sure you're fel rushing between, big hits that you do. The important times to fel rush are going to be before your I-Beam, before your Death Sweep, and right before your Essence Break, but you'll always have momentum then because of Vengeful Retreat. And because I'm talking as well, I'm not using Vengeful Retreat every 20 seconds like I should be. You really want to make sure you're using it on cooldown, basically, for that, generation and stuff. So here, we have enough to do our Essence Break combo. So... oh, a demon spawned. So we're going to use Vengeful Retreat into Essence Break, then into Death Sweep, and then we're going to Annihilation as many times as we can. It's normally going to be twice. If you get a demon proc, you generally want to just cleave your demon down. However, if it comes up right before your Essence Break window, like I just did there, then you are going to want to just glaive it down and grab the soul. Because having this big damage buff within your Essence Break window is a big deal. You're going to do a lot more damage by having this up within the little window there. That's basically it for the opener. Really, from there, what you want to do is make sure you're keeping up momentum. Make sure you're using the Hunt on CD, using Blade Dance on CD, not being full on Fury. Spend down to about 70 or 40 Fury before you I-Beam if you can, just so that you get a little bit of, a bit of less wasted generation from your Blind Fury or whatever it's called there. So I have I-Beam up, so I'll spend a little bit, and then I'll use it. You have so much Fury in this build that it's often you can't really do it perfectly. But, try your best to kind of get down there and not be super Omega capped on Fury when you go through here. The really important thing is going to be that Essence Break combo, starting off with fel rushing in, I-beaming, and then going Vengeful Retreat, Essence Break, Death Sweep, Annihilation. Then if you have meta, fel rushing, I-beam, Annihilation, and then you use Vengeful Retreat, Essence Break, Death Sweep, meta, Death Sweep. That's really going to be the very important bits here. Outside of that, really, the only rotation for this build is really just spending as much Fury as possible, not keeping your things on cooldown for too long, using your Vengeful Retreats every 20 seconds. If you're running Isolated Prey, and you're running a little low on Fury, you can remember that Fel Rush in a single target will give you Fury. See here, Fel Rush generates 25 to 35 Fury when striking one target. I-Beam also does more damage, so that's a little fun, little fact. But again, just making sure you're using all your buttons on cooldown effectively. The one little trick is that you're going to get 2 I-Beams for every one Essence Break combo. So you want to use that. If Essence Break has 8 seconds or less cooldown, and you're not already in meta, then you want to hold your I-Beam. Otherwise, just send the I-Beam. Essence Break you should just hold for when you're in meta. Death Sweep does so much more damage than Blade Dance. It's not even close, and it's not even funny, the big difference there. So you really want to make sure that you are using your Essence Break in meta and holding it if you have to. So it's been 3 minutes, so meta has come back up. So we'll do a little one more opener here before talking about Glaive Tempest. So pre-pull, that, Sigil Flame, Immolation Aura, Fel Rush, Hunt, I-Beam, Annihilation, Vengeful Retreat, Essence Break, Death Sweep, meta, Death Sweep, Annihilation, I-Beam, and you see there my momentum did stay up. From here, we're going to refresh it into Death Sweep again, and then we're just going to keep spamming Annihilation as much as we can. Really just making sure we're using all of our buttons as they light up, as they come off CD. Vengeful Retreat, we use that there. Really just making sure we're spending as much Fury, using everything we can to keep max uptime on the boss, keep max uptime of our buff here, meta, using I-Beam there. Gonna Fel Rush, second Death Sweep. We're gonna have our combo coming up in about 3 or 4 seconds. Fel Rush out, do that back in, Essence Break. And see my demon spawn there, so what I should have done is waited and glaved it down. But of course, you know, I'm just talking in the video, so I'm just showing you guys. That's kind of the basic opener and rotation there. A few little tips: make sure you're spending your Fury as much as you can. Make sure you hold I-Beam if Essence Break has 8 or less seconds left on its cooldown. Make sure you use Vengeful Retreat on CD, and make sure if you are low on Fury, you can Fel Rush to get some. Okay, so here we are with the Glaive Tempest variation. Now again, I'm not running momentum, choosing instead to run Father of the Flame, but you can swap those out. You know, it won't be too much. If you swap out to the momentum, then, you know, it'll be a little bit more similar to how it was before. And we'll pretend we're not in single target here. So we'll pick up Improved Fel Rush, then come down and do all this jazz. Just pretending there because, you know, we'll pretend it's a little bit of AOE, but we don't need immunity. So, Glaive Tempest doesn't add too many wrinkles to the rotation. However, there are a few things you want to keep track of. We'll do a little opener here. Now, it's going to be very similar to the other one. You know, the build stays the same. So again, pre-pull with Flame, Fel Rush. Sorry, Immolation Aura, Fel Rush. We go into the Hunt. We want to build Fury. Then we want to Glaive Tempest first before entering our I-Beam window. Then we Annihilation again. Vengeful Retreat, Essence Break, Death Sweep, Meta, Death Sweep, Annihilation, I-Beam. And then another Annihilation. And then really here, all you're doing is just using Glaive Tempest as it comes up. Because you don't have momentum to worry about, you don't really need to be throwing in Fel Rushes or anything like that. The only time you ever want to use your movement stuff is to trigger Vengeful Retreat every 20 seconds, and then to Fel Rush whenever you have Immolation Aura up. For Glaive Tempest, the only difficult part, and I say difficult very loosely, is using it whenever you have Essence Break combo coming up. You want to just use it before you enter the Essence Break combo. If it comes up during it, then just hold it to the end. You don't want to use it when Essence Break is up on the target, but see, we'll do that there, this, and then Death Sweep. And that's really it. Glaive Tempest doesn't add too much more to the rotation other than just another button to push every 15 seconds or so. But it is a very, very strong cleave tool, of course. Very, very strong cleave tool. It does really good damage, especially, you know, the higher mastery you have, the more damage it'll deal. That's really that. So Glaive Tempest, again, just use it on pull before your I-Beam, and then after that, use it before your Essence Break combo if you can. If you can't, use it after. It's fine. You want to be using Glaive Tempest even on single target if you are running this build. I do think momentum is better than Glaive Tempest on single target, though, so keep that in mind. But Glaive Tempest is very strong for cleave as well. Stuff like Mythic Cure Grim Totem is really, really strong for Glaive Tempest. Stuff like, I think, Mythic Aerodon you can also use the cleave build on as well. And then this build you'd use in Court of Stars as well because the trash count is just kind of low overall. So you really, this build gets a lot of value there. But if you just like this build over other builds, then you can run that instead. Power to you, play what you want. It is a game after all. You can probably end up doing whatever you want to accomplish in this game with any build you want. That's my little primer guide for the Shattered Destiny Glaive Tempest build. I plan on having one for the Momentum Throw Glaive build as well. Then maybe we'll do like a mean build. Maybe I'll throw in a Fel Barrage build somewhere just to spice it up a bit. But for now, that is my video today. Let me know if you guys have any other questions, if there's more things you want me to cover, or, you know, talk a little bit more in depth about. You know, I appreciate that. Appreciate everybody watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. But with that, peace out, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Talk to you later.